Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tyiikan Roost. This is your old buddy Matt, and if you guys notice, there is no sound. So, just out of bad luck, I apparently, had my settings on the capture set to default, which made or at least on my capture, which made the game audio prioritized over my narration. So even with the setup, it still wasn't loud enough. The setup was set by not speaker this time, like an old episode, but apparently by the speaker from the actual laptop and not the mic. I don't know what triggered this, but whatever has triggered this, obviously set my stuff to default. I kind of want to blame something, and I don't know if it's true. I doubt it, but a buddy of mine has gotten me, or at least let me borrow oh goodness, I'm looking at it. I'm already forgetting the name. Oh, external hard drive, and all my stuff is safe. Until payday, I will, buy my own terabit hard drive, and I kind of want to keep these as backlog for memory and everything. Not backlog, but just archived somewhere. And other than that, let's go ahead and focus on the game. So, I think I might branch out to other topics and everything, but I mostly want to talk about the game. I mean, I made a recording earlier, but I didn't like it because I was just ranting about Fresno and everything. Fresno is what my foster mother's funeral took place and everything, but I don't think anybody's here to hear about that. If there's anything, maybe an update video. I don't know. Most likely not, but I don't want to bring this to a depressing manner. So, anyway. So if you guys notice how I was like hellbent on fighting these Liz Alphoses, there's an armor in the future that I want to max, and I really, really need the tails from the yellow Liz Alphoses, and I'm fighting in the wrong area, by the way. Um, yeah, I could always get arrows from amiibo scans alone. Yeah, I forgot which armor it was. I want to say the male Gerudo one. I don't know. I don't know if I've spoiled that, but whatever. Anyway, this shrine, if you notice how there is a man standing in front of it, I think he activates some point of interest in the game, but let's go ahead and take care of the shrine instead. Anyway, oh, I remember this. So at the time of recording this, I probably wasted like 15 minutes here. Um, According to the original capture footage, there's probably at least 40 something odd minutes. I might be inaccurate on that, but yeah, there's like at least 40 plus minutes on the original footage of this capture. And I just wasted like majority of it here. I didn't even know what I was doing. If you guys notice how I was circling around, but I didn't look at the paths first, and here I am placing it in the wrong spot, thinking, "Oh, hey, I know what I'm doing," but clearly I don't. So yeah, you could already tell by the barrel being on that side and everything. I tried everything, but yeah, make sure when you do this puzzle, you look at the path first before you start, making choices for no freaking reason. I don't know. That was kind of dumb on my part. Anyway, um, yeah, it opens. Duh. And yeah, I was gonna say there hasn't really been much progress ever since I last recorded with Ames, and I'm actually kind of worried about something. I don't even know if I actually have the other footage with me right now. But all I can say is I need to extract it. I'm thinking out loud. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, anyway, if you notice, I have the Vomado helm, the Divine Beast. I already got that from the amiibo, and I already have all 4 of them, by the way. So that totals up to, as of today, November 17th. Yeah, 2017. I have 157 of them. So, I'm on a good roll. The only ones I'm missing is QBBY, or QB from Box Boy, and the unreleased Shovel Knight triple pack. Speaking of which, we'll try to get back into Shovel Knight. We screwed up, and on Shovel Knight, we screwed up real freaking bad. We didn't really lost the footage. Well, I guess we technically did because of how unsatisfying it was. But there was like a mini boss that we got careless on, and we're like, oh, okay, we'll go ahead and retry. So by the time we stopped the capture and started again, the dialogue in the beginning didn't work. It just immediately got to the boss fight. So that just like demotivated us. It was Baz. We did good in the second half of that fight, but there was a whatever the hell you call it. I forgot what it was, but it was when Baz stomps on the floor and you're stunned. It keeps you stunned. So at that time when we were recording, Amy thought that she was dead, and since she thought she was dead, she didn't move for a while. And like while I'm sitting here trying to fight, use the bountiful ball or whatever, that green fireball thing that bounces everywhere. I forgot what the hell it was called. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I saw her get hit by my regular fireball. When I started using that afterward for like the last little bit of magic that I had. I'm like, aren't you still alive? What are you doing? And then she's like, oh shit, and then after we lost on that one out of carelessness, apparently we're like, oh, okay, whatever, it's all good. We'll just try that again, because we barely just started and we went to that boss fight. And after we started that, I'm going to say it again, we decided to quit because the dialogue in the beginning didn't work. But yeah, it just wasn't in our favor, but there will be more Shovel Knight to come. Other than that, updates on other games, there's not really that much I could really share that I could think of off the top of my head, but how about we go back to this one? So if you notice how I went to the Gerudo town without a certain armor piece, I wanted to see if that would activate anything, just out of precaution, because I don't even know if you just need to simply talk to this guy already, but it's all a matter of choice. And if anything, you guys might as well just read this dialogue yourself over my voice. Just turn the volume down or mute it or whatever. Sorry if my voice is like getting kind of annoying or in the way, but whatevs. There's other walkthroughs. I'm not gonna promote that, but just if you guys notice how I never say subscribe or anything, I only just do that for you guys' convenience. Because I kind of feel bad and it sounds a little needy, but whatever. Anyway, so after talking to this guy, he activates a point of interest in a certain oasis, which is the oasis we last left off on. And yeah, this guy though, he gives you good gear if you know what you're doing, but we'll cover that in the future. Hopefully without narrating this entire freaking thing. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I guess I could update for the other videos. ARMS, we haven't done Lollapop yet, and as of today, November 17th, there is a new fighter. I don't know if he's released yet, but we might just, include both of them in a video in the future on ARMS. I wanted to do online, but I'm actually kind of scared of that. Everybody's been using Kid Cobra, and with Max Brass being out, I'm like, yeah, screw that. So the idea of online, is just kind of cut off, as well as the fact that we didn't even get any arms for different characters, like any new arms for different characters. It just, I don't know, like that game's cool. Like I was really really hyped for it, and I still love it till this day. It's just I don't really see us, getting back into it, especially for this channel, I mean, I don't know. And I'm having trouble trying to get up this freaking ladder. Anyway, so this is the guy that you need to visit after you talk to that one dude by the shrine. And I think I missed the question thing here, or, your options of what to say. So, just shotgun it, Anyway, another update besides Arms and Shovel Knight Splatoon. I missed a scroll on I think level 17. I made a small recording of it, and I would put it in a update and everything. And another reason why we haven't really progressed on the Splatoon single player is because I really, really want to take care of it with Amy, since I took care of solo, solo. I'm already thinking of the title. I've already taken care of the Sector 4 by myself. It was awfully quick. Thank goodness too. But yeah, I mean, it's gotten so freaking close to the end, I don't know if I should just do that and then have Amy take care of the last boss, because the last boss is too freaking easy. It's a lot more easier than Splatoon 1, but yeah. I don't want to get to the habit of doing the whole weapon showcase per episode, because there's other sources for that, good sources too. I recommend, hopefully in the future when he does it, either Chugga Conroy, because he's done that in Splatoon 1. But, of course there is other sources, and if I were you guys, I would support the smaller channels. And I would really appreciate if you guys could support the smaller channels, because, the ones who's made millions or whatever, cool, yeah, source of information, whatever. But they're already in a good spot. That's the way how I see it. Like, to me, I don't really care if you guys want to use me as a source of something, but, that's all a matter of your guys' choice. And just like my About screen on the YouTube home channel that I've recently updated, we are inexperienced, as if you guys could tell from, hold on. Give me a sec. So this part right here, if you guys notice how I'm like cycling through the clothing, back then, they never given you more than 4 pages. Or more than 3 pages of armor. And I kind of want to share something. There is a armor piece that you can only get once. And by the time you get that once, you can't sell it, you can't gain it. So back then, when 3 pages was maxed on armor, there was a moment, let's say in a near episode, if you were to acquire this one armor piece, you wouldn't be able to grab it. The game will claim that you have it. The game will claim that you have it in your inventory. And even if you were to sell, like, let's say, an extra armor piece that you don't need, they'll just say, oh, hey, there's an empty slot for you. So the game says, once again, the game says that you have it, but you actually don't. So you could really, really dick yourself over a major piece of armor that you really, really need in the future. So I highly advise you guys to at least have one armor space if you guys were to acquire it, and you'll see. Hopefully Nintendo has done an update about that. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it will work, but that's whatever. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. See, this is why I hate, freaking recording narration. I already forgot what I was talking about. But, whatever. Um, I honestly don't know what to say now. Like, this is like half the episode. Um, I don't know. I'm already like going blank. All I can say is this guy right here, he gives you boots that you're gonna need, and I made a mistake in this very same episode, like a freaking idiot. And I'm not gonna say what I've done, but I'll display it pretty much later around the later end of this episode. Oh man. Well, there you go. Snow boots. That's already pretty much a spoiler of what my problem was. Anyway, um, yeah. Good old dialogue. But this is pretty much the reason. Like, this is like what, maybe 2 minutes that I've wasted of like not figuring out what to say. This is one of the reasons why I don't want face cam, and this is also one of the reasons why I don't want to live stream. I don't want face cam because, like I said, until we hit like a certain goal or whatever, I want to remain faceless, and I'm not really confident in how I look, and I'm already expecting backlash, for magical reasons. And streaming, there has been like more cases of people getting. Hold on. So this here is Reju. Don't mind the smaller edits. I'm actually testing this as well because if you remember Van Naboris, the way how I was kind of like, messing with the editing and everything, it worked. It bypassed a little copyright thing, and I'm just trying to see what it's like to trim through the lesser cutscenes, excuse me, that is a little overextended. Because I don't know if you notice how every time when they showed like the title of their name or whatever, or just their names in general, they kind of make it like 5 seconds long unnecessarily. But yeah. But yeah, one of the reasons why I don't want to live stream is because whatever you do and whatever you say cannot be undone, and it will stay on the internet forever. I've seen like a lot of people get in trouble for cursing in a certain modern day stereotype, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And I'm not saying I'm like doing that. I mean, just anything in general. Like if something embarrassing were to be broadcasted or something like that, I'm not going to take that risk. And another thing is, if you notice how I have a happy habit of trimming, I don't like having people wait. If you guys notice how uneasy I was in the earliest episodes of Breath of the Wild, and the way how I always said, all right, let's go ahead and progress, let's go ahead and hurry, let's go ahead and head this direction and all that stuff, is because I don't want us to waste time. I don't want anybody wasting time. I don't really have any form of commentary in terms of interesting commentary. Like, I'm not trying to, doubt myself or put myself down. It's just my influence for YouTube was the editing, the sound effects, the music, the funny dialogue, or, scenes from movies or whatever. Like, I really wanted to get that down, but nobody has recommended a editing software. And unfortunately, this laptop that I'm using is kind of a piece of shit. Excuse my language. So I just had to, just bring up whatever commentary that I could out of wit. But yeah. Other than that, what else was there? Oh, Smash Bros. During my off time, I wanted to put duh, duh, duh. I wanted to put something called Amiibo Smash, which was a separate playlist for me fighting against all 60 plus characters. Ouch! I just cracked my toe. I wanted to fight against all 60 plus of my characters, and if I were to do bad, I would probably just like do another vid to redeem. But what got me a little worried was the fact that I've been using Falco, and I didn't know how to transition it. I didn't know if it was just a couple matches and then on to the next figure, or 20 minutes per amiibo or whatever. Oh, excuse me, guys. But apparently, from what I heard and from what I've shown to a couple friends, they said, people will get burnt out if they just see Falco. If you guys notice that on the thumbnail and, anything in general, I can't use anybody else. I cannot use anybody else. I've been using Falco since Melee, and no, it has nothing to do with tiers. And I will tell everybody this until I'm blue in the freaking face. I don't believe in tiers. Tiers was created by the internet, and sometimes, you know, a good amount of this sometimes they're wrong. You know, like I can't believe in tiers. Every character in any game is good. It just depends on the player wielding them. And since I've been a Falco main ever since Melee, I wasn't into, playing as Falco because he was top tier. I didn't even know that he was top tier. I thought like Link or Marth or somebody was top tier, but the reason why I chose him is, obvious reasons. And, I don't know if I made this, a secret or not, but it shouldn't be a secret. But I have a thing with birds. I love birds. Birds are my favorite animals. Birds are my preferred species. And if you notice how I've always been wearing the Vomado helmet is because it's easy, being no other stat bears significance, and I've used it just because he resembled a bird, Overwatch, I use the freaking Baldric armor for Reinhardt because hey, he's bird themed even though it's clearly Griffin. But yeah, I don't know why I used Overwatch as an example. Like let's say Battleborn, a lesser game that I wish everybody respected. I use Benedict. The reason? Because he's a freaking bird, and I don't even use rockets. I hate using rockets, but he's a freaking bird, so by natural default, I'm going to use him. But other than that, branching from Super Smash Bros., like I said, I don't believe in tiers, and, what I was worried about was the concern of the fans, Nobody wants to keep seeing Falco, And I don't blame them. After hearing it from a couple friends, I won, like, all of them. The only one that has ever given me a problem out of 6, because I've recorded 6 episodes, was, Falco himself. Because if I trained him, if he's my main, of course he's going to be tough. Everyone else was, I guess Bowser was the hardest. I don't know. I've gotten, like, a lot recorded, and I already have, like, a box out and everything. That had like Palutena, Wario, and all these other characters in them and everything. I kicked all their asses, of course. It's just, I don't know. I guess I got used to the way how they played or something. But other than that, I decided to cancel it because, not a lot of people, especially from the only 2 people that talks to me about the channel, they told me, excuse me. I'm looking at this fight right now and I'm like getting very distracted, but they pretty much said we don't want to see Falco 60 plus times. But I don't know. I might do it again. Maybe just them actually as themselves, like Bowser versus Bowser or Marth versus Marth or something. I don't know. I'll try again maybe. Most likely not. I don't know. My doubts are kind of high. I've actually been talking on that for a while. So anyway, my path that I'm going to, if you notice how I didn't immediately go after a certain point to go find Mrs. Barta from the barracks in Gerudo Town, I wanted to get something, and that something is very, very significant. And if I'm heading towards, after this fight, I was heading towards the bottom left of the map, the furthest bottom left of the map. It has a point of interest, and that point of interest is, well, you'll see. All I can say is that it'll really, really help me out, but pretty much that's where I stopped the video and all. I don't know, yeah, there's nothing but, like, useless junk in those. And, oh yeah, I also got lost in a sandstorm here, and, you know, as stated earlier, I think I stated earlier, this is my second attempt at recording this, by the way. I'm trying to get Liz Alphonse's yellow Liz Alphonse tails, because I need those for armor upgrades. I forgot what happened here. Oh, that's what happened. So I ran into some trouble. I didn't want to deal with Molduga. Is that how you pronounce it? Molduga. I didn't want to deal with it, but I just realized I haven't marked it on my map, and I do remember that there is... Oh, shit. Yeah, that caught me off guard when I first saw that. I needed it for armor upgrades again. Yeah, Moldugas are easy. It's just... This one was just given a hard time. It actually ran away from me for a while right here, but luckily for you guys, you don't have to suffer through watching me, you know, chase this thing. Anyways, there wasn't really that much that I really needed to say that was actually important. And I know I didn't really talk about the game that much, but it's self-explanatory, you know, with what you just read, because the original recording I actually voice acted those, but obviously it didn't go through, frustratingly enough. But yeah, it wasn't working in my favor, so, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, Moldugas are easy. Luckily I had armor. I didn't have anything heat resistant, and I kind of feel stupid for going over here, but whatever works. I didn't know what was happening here. I thought that he would go sense me again, but when he's off the sand, he is prone to be attacked again, excuse me. And as well as he could still kind of chase you, so, you know, it was an easy fight. Overall, it was easy. If you guys notice what the items, every time when I pause it with the plus button, I've always skipped it for you, because I don't want you guys sitting through that. And yeah, nothing happened there for like the longest time, but, you know, in the end, it's over with. I totally missed that, by the way. And right here, he pretty much just gave me a chance. And I kind of felt like an idiot not increasing my attack. I thought he was actually going to hit me again. But whatevs. And that death scene reminds me of Jen Moran from Monster Hunter. Some people at work suggested, you know, hey, if you're such a big Monster Hunter fan, why don't you do the new one for Monster Hunter World? I had to remind the guy that, you know, I am Nintendo exclusive. I chose this, you know, out of passion, and, you know, good news for you Nintendo lovers and possibly PlayStation lovers. I've officially quit Xbox. You know, I didn't sell it or anything. I still have the console. I'm just going to use it for my guests in the household and everything. You know, I might just get Monster Hunter World just for my own, you know, benefit or whatever. But, yeah, until Monster Hunter comes out for the Switch, hopefully, I doubt it, I would be on that game. You're going to probably expect more videos on a playlist than any other channel in terms of Monster Hunter. Or at least Monster Hunter for the Switch. I mean, if I had a capture card, I probably would have been recording Monster Hunter right now. I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter. And, you know, I will make that clear and I will keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. But other than that, this looks like it's the end of the episode. I kept running into sandstorms or whatever, so luckily you guys don't have to suffer through that. And once again, luckily for you guys, I had to keep trimming this. But yeah, if I could remind myself, I don't know. This is a reason why I kind of wish, you know, there was more comments or whatever, just so I could actually have something to discuss about. But other than that, I guess that is it. So, sorry guys, this is Matt from the Tyiikan Roost, and goodbye for now. Peace.